Hello students, welcome to Learn at SAN tutorial. In this video, I'll explain you about the syllabus which are included in the project work and the syllabus which are included in the examination. See, you know there are 10 chapters in 10th class biology. First chapter is nutrition. Second chapter respiration, third chapter transportation, fourth chapter excretion, fifth chapter coordination, sixth chapter reproduction, seventh chapter coordination in the life process, and eighth chapter heredity, ninth chapter our environment, 10th chapter natural resources. All these 10 chapters are in 10th class biology textbook. Among these 10, 3 chapters are in project, activity based. So, 7th chapter, that is coordination in life processes, 9th chapter our environment, 10th chapter natural resources. These 3 chapters are, these 3 full chapters are in project work, and from these chapters not a single question will appear in case of examination. If we see the exam point of view, nutrition, respiration, transportation, excretion, coordination, reproduction and heredity, these seven chapters are included in the exam point of view. So you need to focus these 7 chapters, you need to prepare these 7 chapters thoroughly to write your examinations. So compulsory you have 10th class examination in the month of March or April. So focus it, study carefully at home, prepare it. Okay. So now let us see the important experiments which are going to appear in the final examination. So first chapter 4 experiments, second chapter 4 experiments. So totally 8 experiments are there. Among these 8 experiments, compulsory 1 experiment will appear in the examination. So there will be internal choice. You have to write any 1 experiment. So if you prepare these 8 experiments from these 2 chapters, that's enough. 4 marks are in your hands. So first chapter experiment is, how can you prove presence of starch in leaves? How can you prove presence of starch in leaves? That is one experiment. The second one is, how can you prove that carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis, or we can say Moll's half-life experiment. Then third one is, how can you prove that sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis, or black paper experiment. Fourth experiment is, how can you prove that oxygen is produced during photosynthesis, or hydrilla experiment. So these are the 4 experiments from the first chapter. Okay. Now let us see second chapter experiments. How can you prove that carbon dioxide and heat is produced during anaerobic respiration, or we can say experiment with yeast. And the next one is, how can you prove that carbon dioxide is produced during combustion of sugar, or write an experiment to observe changes during combustion of sugar. The next experiment is, how can you prove that carbon dioxide is released during aerobic respiration. Next, fourth one is, how can you prove that heat is released or liberated during aerobic respiration. So these are the 4 from second chapter. So these 8, from these 8 you are going to get 1 experiment. Okay. Now let us see, there are some steps you need to follow while writing experiments in the examination. So what are the steps? Let us see. First one, you need to remember that you have to write aim. Next you have to write apparatus. Then Next you have to write procedure. After writing the procedure, draw the, so here you need to draw the, after writing the procedure, draw the diagram. After procedure, you need to write observation. After writing observation, you have to write result. After result, precautions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 6 steps you need to follow while writing the experiments. So remember this. And diagram. In my previous videos I have explained how to draw the diagram, how to label it, which side you have to label, everything I have explained you. If you have not seen that video, please go to that video and observe it once you watch that video to get better knowledge. Next, now let us see other important questions from first chapter. So you know the first chapter name is nutrition. So from this first chapter, let us see the important questions. Okay, so first question is autotrophs and heterotrophic nutrition. You know auto means self. Okay, so self-preparing. The organisms which prepare their own food is called as autotrophic nutrition, and the organisms which depend on others for food is heterotrophic nutrition. So plants and some bacteria comes under autotrophic nutrition, and heterotrophic human beings and the animals, they comes under heterotrophic nutrition. And the next question is, which is the universal food provider? Which is the universal food provider? The answer is plant. The next question is, define photosynthesis and write an equation for photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is a process by which plants containing chlorophyll, they build a complex substance like glucose, complex molecule like glucose, by using simple raw materials in the presence of sunlight. So this is photosynthesis definition. Now let us see the equation for photosynthesis. Say 6CO2 plus 6CO2 plus 12 H2O gives rise to C6H12O6, 6H2O and 6O2. Oxygen is liberated. And here, what are the things are required here? Sunlight and chlorophyll. So this is the equation for photosynthesis. 6CO2, 12H2O in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, you'll get glucose, water and oxygen. Oxygen is liberated. So this is the equation for photosynthesis. This is very important. Now, the other question is, what are the raw materials required for photosynthesis? What are the materials required? Carbon dioxide and water, sunlight, chlorophyll. So these are the raw materials required for photosynthesis. What are the end products? Now photosynthesis. These are the end products. Glucose, water and oxygen. These are the end products of photosynthesis. Now, sometimes question 1 mark or 2 marks question can be asked from experiments also. Like, what are the chemicals required for conducting experiment of presence of starch in leaves? So, what are the chemicals are required for conducting presence of starch in leaf experiment? Methylated spirit, or we can say ethanol, and betadine or iodine. So ethanol or methylated spirit, iodine or betadine. So these are the two chemicals, iodine and methylated spirit, are required to conduct that experiment. Okay. Now, who discovered oxygen? Answer is Priestley. Who coined the term oxygen? Lavoisier. Now, One more question from experiment. Why KOH, potassium hydroxide, is used in Moles half-leaf experiment? Because from the bottle, the carbon dioxide which is present in the bottle, that can be observed with the help of KOH. So the function of KOH in Moles half-leaf experiment is to observe the carbon dioxide which is present in the bottle. Understood? Next, how to test presence of oxygen in hydrilla experiment? Take a matchstick, glowing matchstick, bring near the test tube, remove the thumb and bring near to the mouth of the test tube, and remove the thumb from the mouth of the test tube. And if you see the flame very bigger, increased flame, then that proves that oxygen is present in that test tube which is conducted in hydrilla experiment. Understood? Now, why we need to destarch the plant before conducting experiment on photosynthesis? Important question. See, if you not destarch, what happens? It interferes with the result. It interferes with the conclusion. Understood? So compulsory we need to destarch to get better and clear result. Understood? So we need to destarch. Next important question is structure of chloroplast. Okay, that is important question. You need to draw the diagram. Diagram is also very important, and sometimes diagram can be asked, sometimes structure of chloroplast can be asked for 4 marks. Or sometimes 1 mark, 2 marks question can also be asked. Like 1 mark question like light reaction occurs in which part of the chloroplast? Light reaction occurs in grana. It occurs in grana. And dark reaction occurs in stroma. Understood? So you need to remember that. Got it? Next, very important question is mechanism of photosynthesis. In mechanism of photosynthesis, we'll see light reaction and dark reaction. Sometimes they'll ask what are the end products of light reaction, what are the end products of dark reaction. So the end products of light reaction is oxygen, water, ATP and NADPH. So these are the end products of a light reaction. Understood? Next, what are the end products of dark reaction? In case of dark reaction, the end product is glucose, C6H12O6. So this is nothing but glucose. So glucose is the end product of dark reaction. And sometimes the question will be like this: what are assimilatory powers? See, ATP and NADPH are called as assimilatory powers. Understood? So, and sometimes they will be sometimes they'll ask the differences between light reaction and dark reaction. So you need to focus on mechanism of photosynthesis, because 1 mark, 2 mark, 4 mark questions can be asked from mechanism of photosynthesis. So the next important question is saprophytes. So first of all, what are saprophytes? So saprophytes are those organisms which break down the food outside of their body. After food is broken down, then they'll observe it. Those organisms are called as saprophytes. And example is bread mold, yeast, mushrooms. These are the examples for saprophytes. The next important question is parasitic nutrition. Parasitic nutrition. See, in case of parasitic nutrition, the example is Cuscuta. Okay. So Cuscuta, daughter plant. Okay. They protrude a root-like structure called haustoria, which penetrate into the host plant, and from the host plant, this Cuscuta will take the food. Understood? So this depend on the other, this plant. Got it? So once you focus on this topic also, the next important question is, what is mastication? Mastication is nothing but cutting and chewing the food with the help of teeth is called as mastication. The next question is bolus. What is bolus? See, after food is cut, chewed and mixed with the saliva, food will become slippery, a ball-like structure. Understood? So that is called as bolus. This bolus is formed in mouth. After bolus is formed, it comes into the esophagus. Understood? So bolus, bolus is a Latin word. The meaning of bolus is ball, a ball. Understood? So a bolus is formed in the mouth, and after food is cut and chewed mixed with the saliva, food forms like a mass, a ball-like structure, that is bolus. Now, which enzyme is present in saliva? The answer is amylase. Amylase enzyme, or we can say pyelin enzyme. The next question is, what is digestion? Breaking down of complex molecule into simple substance is called as digestion. What is ingestion? The process of taking in food is called as ingestion. What is absorption? The passage of digested food into the circulatory system is called as absorption. Then what is defecation? Passage of undigested food from our body through anus is called as defecation. So digestion, ingestion, absorption, defecation. Okay, taking inside is ingestion, breaking the food is digestion. After food is digested, what is happening? Digested food is absorbed into the circulatory system, that is absorption, and the remaining undigested, it comes out from the body, and that is defecation. Understood? Then next question is, what is chyme or chyme? Chyme or chyme is nothing but food, a partially digested food which is in the form of soft, slimy substance is called as chyme. And this chyme or chyme is formed in the stomach. After it becomes slippery, soft, partially digested food, after it is digested, partially digested, it comes into the duodenum. Understood? So chyme or chyme is nothing but partially digested food which is in the form of soft, slimy substance. Understood? Next question is, what is emulsification? Breaking down of fats into small globules with the help of bile juice is called as emulsification. Understood? Next question is, you need to focus on enzymes chart, okay, which is there in the textbook. So from the enzyme chart, many questions will come. What are the enzymes helps in breakdown of proteins? Trypsin, pepsin and trypsin. Understood? Or sometimes question can be asked, which digestive juice contains no enzyme? The answer is bile juice. Understood? So you need to focus on the table also, enzyme chart, because one more questions will occur, comes from that chart. Next question is, why carbohydrate digestion not occur in stomach? Why carbohydrate digestion not occur in stomach? Because carbohydrate digestion happens with the help of amylase enzyme. This enzyme is active in alkaline medium, not acidic medium. But in case of stomach, what is happening? In stomach, hydrochloric acid is released, and thereby this hydrochloric acid makes the stomach acidic. Because of this acidic nature of stomach, the enzyme which breaks the carbohydrate becomes inactive. That's why carbohydrate digestion occurs in mouth and in small intestine, but not in stomach. So this is very important, you need to remember. Next question is, what is bilious or liverish? Bilious or liverish is nothing but a greenish vomiting. Bilious, understood? Or liverish. This meaning is, after consuming several days of rich meal okay, fat containing rich food, if you are eating for several days, then you'll get a vomiting, like greenish vomiting. That greenish vomiting is called as bilious or liverish. Understood? Or liverish. Understood? Next question is, what suggestion will you give to your friend to avoid problems related to digestion? So what suggestion you'll give to your friend to avoid problems? You'll ask him to eat simple, well-balanced diet. So having simple, well-balanced diet. Okay. The next one is eating the food in leisurely manner, not in hurry-burry. Okay. Eating the food in leisurely manner. Next, the third one is masticating thoroughly, cutting and chewing the food thoroughly. Understood? Next, avoiding taking heavy exercise soon after eating. After eating, you need to avoid the running, jogging exercises. Understood? Got it? Next one is drink plenty of water for having regular bowel movements. So these are the things which you can give suggestion to your friend. Next question is flowchart. Flowchart of human digestive system. So flowchart of human digestive system is nothing but from where it has started, from mouth. So from mouth till anus, you need to write the flowchart. This is also important. Flowchart will ask in the examination. Next question is diseases due to malnutrition. Actually, what is malnutrition? Eating of food that does not have one or more than one nutrients. Okay, if you are not taking the balanced diet, or if you are taking more than the required amount, or if you are taking less than the required amount, then that leads to malnutrition. So malnutrition are of three types: calorie malnutrition, protein malnutrition, protein-calorie malnutrition. Understood? So kwashiorkor, marasmus, obesity, these are the three things. So sometimes this question can be asked for 4 mark, or they'll ask for 2 mark. Kwashiorkor disease, write about kwashiorkor disease for 2 marks. Understood? So malnutrition answer is also very important once you read it. The next important is vitamin deficiency diseases. That complete chart you need to read it, because 1 mark, 2 mark questions can be asked from that chart. So focus it. Understood? Like which vitamin is called as sunshine vitamin? Vitamin D. Understood? Got it? So what are the deficiency of thiamine leads to? Answer is beriberi. So like that, questions can be asked from this flowchart. This is from this questions can be asked from this vitamin chart. So prepare it, and I have given you tricks how to remember this vitamin chart in my previous video once you watch that video. So these are the important questions from first chapter. In my next video, I'll be explaining about second lesson, respiration, second chapter, respiration, important questions. Okay? So guys, like the video, share the video, and subscribe my YouTube channel.